Great men's college basketball doubleheader coming your way on ESPN tomorrow. First at 7 Eastern from the Big East, the suddenly surging Huskies of UConn taking on top 10 team West Virginia at 7. Following that up, the #1 team in the land, Rhino Page's team, the Kansas Jayhawks, taking on Oklahoma. Live coverage at 9 Eastern. For more info, as always, just log on to ESPN.com. Back here in Wheat Ridge, Colorado, where Team Asbeatty-Voss on top by 56 pins. In match number 1, they opened up with 7 consecutive strikes. In match number 2, they reeled off 9 in a row at one point. Here, they're trying to start with 6 in a row. It's up to Voss here on the right lane. Gets the break with the 10 dropping.
Yeah, that's okay. 54-pin lead now. Just cover the spare, put it on cruise control, bowl for the title. An exemption for Brian Voss, $50,000 for the team. But I promise you, none of that is going through Brian Voss's head right now. All he's thinking about is making shots and throwing strikes.
So they remain clean through 6. Here's his partner, Deandra Asbeatty. Remember, she started match number 1 on the left lane. Match number 2, she was on the right lane. And here in match number 3, she's back on the left lane, where she has been perfect so far in this match. And was perfect there in match number 1 as well.
Good shot, Carry.
Her first non-strike on the left lane. Wonderful jinx by me.
Way to go, Rob.
Real smooth, Rob.
Yeah, anytime you leave a pocket split, it doesn't sit real well. This is a pretty good shot. Just dressed a little bit high, but 9 times out of 10, you only leave the 4 pin. She leaves the 9 with it.
And remember, we said Brian Voss's attitude with splits. When he sees one, he says, I'm making it. He dropped a 7-10 on Friday. Deandra loved that attitude. She's starting to pick up with it. What can she do with the 4-9? She can take care of the 4 is what she can do. So an open frame. First, second of the day for them. But they are still in great control of this match, up 41. Here's Shannon O'Keefe, 31-year-old from Arlington, Texas.
Back to another ball change. Still looking to hit the pocket for the first time in this match.
Good shot. Carry. Oh.
Tough break, leaving the 9.
Well, isn't that just like making your first television show? A couple early struggles, and you finally come back with a really good shot, only to leave a solid 9. Kind of like getting punched repeatedly in the stomach. That was just a great shot, and that was really their only chance. Strike spare all the way out. Tall order now. They're going to have to look for some more open frames and throw nothing but strikes the rest of the way.
Malott came into the week 14th on the Player of the Year points list with 14 points. He was hoping to get a win today. That would give him a title in 5
taken out today.
consecutive seasons.
Already tried that once this week.
While we have this break, we'll remind you to head on over to PBA.com and you can fire us your more of what matters to you. One-a-day fan question of the day directed to Jason Belmonte. If selected, we'll read your name and the question live on the air to Jason in our next segment. Now, Big Nasty did not bowl here last year for the Geico Plastic Ball Championship. Remember all the conversation built around that, which eventually led
to put it mildly.
Yeah, which eventually led to taking on Mike Wilbon of PTI at the King of Bowling event in Florida. Watt skipped the event here last year. Didn't hurt him as he still won Player of the Year honors. Norm Duke skipped this week to get himself better prepared for next week's U.S. Open in Indianapolis. Again, special start time next Sunday, 12:30 Eastern on ESPN for that event. 24 tour titles for Brian Voss, just one major.
Well, he went high the last time on that lane, made an adjustment, and still went high, leaving a 4-pin. So more adjustments to come in the 10th frame for Brian Voss. There's the classic style that's withstood the test of time.
They have not been challenged today. This may be their first challenge of the day, and it's an internal challenge.
Hook a little bit!
Oh, the skinny jeans knocks it down, and they're in control of this one. They should be moving on, but 3 frames in a row without a strike for them is suddenly an issue.
Yeah, and that's just because of the oil transition, as you see Brian Voss making it interesting.
43.
But better to go through transition now when you have a 43-pin lead than when it's a tight match. Last time on this lane for Deandra, 4-9 split. Let's see what kind of adjustment she makes.
Back on the strike train.
Make it easy on me, man. Make it easy on me. Nice.
Well, because of that strike right there by Deandra Asbady, Brian Voss does not need to mark.
I got to tell you, if you look at the numbers, Asbady may be carrying this team just a little bit.
There you go, Shannon.
All right, Shannon.
Well, regardless of what they do now, Brian Voss doesn't need anything in the 10th, just some count. Best for O'Keefe and Malott, 202. Asbady Voss in the 220s.
That's all bad. So bad.
Wes working that rosin bag. He also likes to work that tape a lot. And you know what, Rob? I think it's a bit of a down year for him. After last season, Player of the Year, making 9 shows. This is only his 3rd telecast. He says he still hasn't found the rhythm.
It's a strike there. It says it's like a season without any structure to it. As soon as I find my rhythm, then we go on break. And then the second season starts. It's kind of a rough start. Now I'm starting to get my rhythm back. Hopefully he'll be able to finish strong. He's got a great chance to do it next week in Indianapolis. Was he just shouting out at me? That was a shout out to his either to me or to his son Jordan. And Jordan, his 6-year-old son, big baseball game today. The Owls taking to the field. Yeah, drop it.
Nice finish. There we go.
Strike a lot, Malott, with only 4 strikes today. The team only had 5 here in match number 3. They are D for done as soon as Brian takes care of 4 pins. Eight will do.
Last 3 shots have not hit the pocket. And I just did a little math. Brian Voss has finished the 10th frame in each of their 3 matches. Deandra Asbady has thrown 13 strikes throughout the 3 matches. Brian Voss 12. And she has not finished a 10th frame.
So Brian Voss, Deandra Asbady move on. Up next, your number 1 seeds, Michelle Feldman, Jason Belmonte, and we'll talk live to Jason when we return.